It's not all good news for AEW, unfortunately, because they have their own lawsuit right
Of
now and a new
course.
one.
I mean, it's. I mean, I think it's more funny than
Oh, it's
anything.
fine.
It's
It is.
more funny than
We're
anything.
gonna
So
take breaks.
it's more funny. I'll get into
As
it.
as
Don't worry.
As previously reported, former AEW wrestler Ryan Nemeth issued a complaint to AEW executives over his issues regarding his exit from the company and conflict with former AEW star CM Punk. Fightful reports that Nemeth filed a lawsuit in the Los Angeles Supreme Court on February 14th against All Elite Wrestling AEW CEO and President Tony Khan and CM Punk. Nemeth's lawsuit alleges assault, breach of contract, breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, and intentional interference with prospective advantage. Fightful reports that the lawsuit alleges that CM Punk, real name Phil Brooks, took part in a campaign to terrorize and intimidate Nemeth, including physical assault. Also, Nemeth claims that Tony Khan did nothing to protect him and other talents from Punk's despicable conduct. Because of Khan's deep fascination and admiration of Punk, and he was their most popular talent. Nemeth alleges that Khan took a blind eye to Punk's behavior. The lawsuit also states that during his time in AEW, Punk was also an employee and served as an executive leadership role. It says that in early 2023, Punk assaulted and battered two wrestlers known by their stage names as Matt and Nick Jackson, aka the Young Bucks. It's not clear if this is meant to be referring to the backstage incident that took place from All Out 2022. Nemeth's lawsuit claims that Khan felt that Punk could not be removed from AEW without a substantial loss in profit. Khan also allegedly presented to AEW executives and wrestlers that producing the new AEW Collision show in 2023 was contingent on Punk's involvement as the program's top star. It also claims that while Punk was suspended, the former AEW World Champion made it known that he despised Nemeth, even though Nemeth did nothing to Brooks whatsoever. Punk reportedly made it known that he was angry with Nemeth, and Nemeth says that Brooks has a notorious history for taking violent action against others for no reason. Later, April 16th in 2023, Nemeth contacted AEW executives to inform them about his concerns that Punk would return from his AEW suspension and attempt to assault him. Nemeth also claims that on the next day, Tony Khan and other executives from AEW contacted him to explain what happened. Nemeth says he calmly and factually explained, and that he was attacked by Brooks in the locker room. Nemeth's account indicates that Punk received no punishment from AEW, including following this incident. After the locker room incident with Punk, Nemeth reportedly spoke with in-house counsel and attorneys for AEW, who promised to Nemeth that he would not be benched by AEW as a form of punishment. After the June 2023 incident in the locker room with Punk, Nemeth claimed he was not booked by AEW for a match for over 2 months, resulting in his AEW income stream drying up. He also claims that his popularity and marketability faded due to his absence from wrestling. Nemeth later contacted AEW's legal department again to complain that he was being punished for an incident that he was not at fault at. He alleges that CM Punk was responsible for his being benched, and Tony Khan was complicit in Punk's desire to attempt to ruin Nemeth's wrestling career. The account also claims an incident that occurred on August 12, 2023, where Nemeth was booked for an AEW TV taping in Greensboro, North Carolina. He claims that Punk reportedly saw him en route to the sports arena and began texting. Pat Buck later contacted Nemeth in order to speak with him after getting to the arena. Nemeth spoke to Pat Buck after arriving and was informed by Buck he needed to immediately leave the arena, and travel would be arranged for him to fly out the same day. Nemeth claims the incident was embarrassing and humiliating, as it happened in front of other wrestlers who saw him being kicked out of the arena. He also claims that the fans saw him leaving the arena and took pictures, which were posted on social media and viral, causing irreparable damage to his marketability and reputation. It's alleged that Punk engineered the incident and demanded that Nemeth be told to leave and flown out of Greensboro, which Tony Khan went along with. Later, August 5th, Nemeth contacted AEW's legal counsel and complained about being ejected on Punk's demand. And it said that lawyers were stunned and offered no explanation for Punk's conduct or Tony Khan's. After continuing to follow up with AEW's legal department, Nemeth says that the AEW lawyer, Chris Peck, reached out to him in a bizarre email threatening legal action against him, accusing Nemeth of using a ghostwriter in his emails. Ryan Nemeth claimed that Tony Khan was left heartbroken by CM Punk's exit from AEW. AEW fired Punk, terminating his contract in September 2023, stemming from his backstage incident with Jack Perry. And Punk would later sign with WWE, making his return at Survivor Series in Chicago on November 25th, 2023. Nemeth alleges that an infuriated Tony Khan blamed him for Punk leaving AEW. Ryan Nemeth alleges that the defendants have embarked on a campaign of blackballing Nemeth from wrestling, and Nemeth Khan utilized significant resources to hinder Nemeth from making a living in wrestling again. The lawsuit calls their conduct malicious, in that they intended to cause injury to the plaintiff and acted willfully with a conscious disregard for his rights. Currently, Ryan Nemeth is reportedly seeking compensation damages, conservatory damages, and punitive damages, and he's demanding a jury trial. Nemeth is currently signed as a wrestling talent to TNA Wrestling. So they didn't hurt your ability and marketability to get signed somewhere else. So
pack this shit up. I'm sorry. Fuck this, Nick. Pack this bullshit. I don't want to even I'm sorry. Kick rocks, bro.
Josh, anything to add?
That was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just waiting for SP to finish because I'm like, this is some.
Just honestly, it's hilarious because
it's a reach. It's a reach, bro. Like you're reaching, and like, who are you? I forgot you was even at the company.
Yo, it's just funny because, right? People, somebody who's a WWE grifter on X. They were trying to bring up like, oh, AEW, they technically have two lawsuits against them going on, right, ongoing. But then it's like if you look at the two lawsuits, it seems like it seems meaningless. It seems bullshit. In my opinion, we already know about the first one. We already went over it. And this one, this dude just sounds fucking delusional. Like complete out of like, we're talking about like somebody who's not like living in reality. Like, first of all, the dude has never been good in the ring. And that's just me being honest. He's never been fucking good in the ring. That's why he wasn't being booked, because you're not that good. And then even when you spoke on the mic, you weren't that good. You're not your brother. Like, leave it to your brother. Because even there was a segment on TNA where Joan Hendry said he did a song of him and basically said, "You're this guy's brother." That's it. That was the song. You're a fucking joke.
Yeah, he said I made a song about your career, and it went to the video, and it was, he's Nick Nemeth's brother. The end. Like the company that signed you after even takes you as a joke if they fucking approve that. But all I'm saying is it sounds like a bunch of bullshit. The fact that you think that you were fired, that Punk was fired because of you is just complete delusion. Complete fucking delusion. Like, oh yeah, that has nothing to do with the fight that he had with Jack Perry in the back. Has nothing to do with that. That's why he got fired. Like, get the fuck out of here. And then he said that Punk like assaulted him out of nowhere. It's like, what? I mean, hey, we know Phil has his problems. We know he has like,
Phil is not an angel. We know Phil is not an angel.
The way they made it seem like is that there were incidents where he would go, Ryan Nemeth will get to the arena, and then Punk is like beating him up. Like he puts him in the locker room and like beats him up. That's what the fuck it sounds like.
It sounds like Punk was giving him swirlies.
Yo, that's what it sounds like. And like we all know how Punk is, and I'm like, even I don't believe that, because with Punk, where usually when he puts his hands on somebody, he has like an agenda of why. I just don't see the fact that he doesn't like you. Punk doesn't like a lot of people, but how many people have you heard that he fought because he doesn't like them? There's not many stories of that. Like we know he hates people, but I've never heard of a story from Punk that, oh, he doesn't like this person, or he's gonna fuck him up every time he sees him. That's weird. That's a problem.
It's on site. He sees
yo,
on site.
And like, but then also like, are we gonna forget that this man wrote on Twitter, "Softest man alive"? Like, are we gonna forget that he took? He did not mention that in the lawsuit.
He did not mention that in the lawsuit.
Are we gonna forget that? I think it's meaningless. I think it's bullshit. And the fact that he followed it in California, I think that shit is same thing's gonna happen. It's gonna be sent to Florida. They're gonna put it in Florida. The AEW is gonna put in a request. That shit's gonna be sent to Florida. And AEW is going to have home court advantage again. So I don't see it going very far. I think the man is very delusional.
Yeah,
he's very delusional because honestly, like even his thing in wrestling, he's not even really a mid-carder in my opinion. It's total delusion. It's very baseless. If he has proof of it, then hey, present yourself. But the fact that it's just a bunch of he said, she said, and you want a jury trial. There's a reason why you want a jury trial, because you know it's probably not going to go very far. So you want a jury
try to
involved.
make them feel all sad and try to sympathize with you. No. Go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, it's just mad funny. The whole thing is funny. It's just like the dude has become it's a fucking clown show. Like that's what that is. This is like Drake suing his label because you pushed a song about me. You pushed a song like 50 Cent didn't file a lawsuit on Scope when they were pushing G Unit. I'm just saying. But this shit just seems so fucking stupid.
It was funny. It was funny going through that because I knew the response I was going to get from both of y'all. Great stuff. You'll see this on as its own separate video.
Response. Holy shit! No, Chrissy response.
Great.
Listen, I mean, I'm just saying what we were all thinking because it's all biased and like it's just stupid. And the fact that he's wasting court documents, time, lawyers' fees, he'll probably have to pay out more to the lawyers than what he even receives. Would you want a job back? Like, what do you want?
And this doesn't affect AEW in that aspect of they have the backing, they have the financial backings to even push it if they really wanted to. They don't lose money out of this, so that's why they're gonna probably push it because they're probably gonna he's probably gonna be forced to like drop it because
he's
financially he's not gonna be able to keep up with that.